Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Vania from X3 and my number is 35. Today I will tell a fairy tale titled Snow White. A long time ago there lived a beautiful princess who had smooth and white skin named Snow White. Her mother died when she was a child, and the father and, and now the and now her father married again. The new queen was very pretty, but she was so mean to Snow White. The queen dreamed to be the most beautiful lady in the kingdom. She would often ask her magic mirror, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who the most beautiful one in this kingdom?" And the magic mirror would say, "You are, your majesty." One day, mirror changed the answer. "Your daughter Snow White is the most beautiful one in this kingdom." The queen invited for Snow White's beauty. So she decided to order the huntsman to take Snow White to the forest and kill her. "I want you to bring me her heart," ordered her. When the huntsman reached the forest, however, he took pity on Snow White and set her free. He confessed the queen that he had killed Snow White by bringing a deer heart, deer's heart, and told her it was her heart. Deep in the forest, Snow White wandered all night to find a safe place. The next morning, she finally found a tiny cottage and went inside. There's, there's, there was nobody there. She only saw 7 pallets and the table and 7 tiny beds in the bedroom. Then she went to the kitchen and cooked a delightful meal. She also cleaned the entire house. As she grew tired, she fell asleep on one of the tiny beds. In the afternoon, the 7 dwarfs who lived in the cottage came home. They were surprised to find a girl was sleeping on the bed. Snow White woke up and told them her whole story. The dwarf had great sympathy for her and asked her to stay with them. They loved and cared for her very much, so they told her to not open the door to strangers when they were away. Meanwhile, in the palace, the queen asked her mirror, and she knew that Snow White was still alive and lived with the 7 dwarfs in the forest. She was so furious and decided to make a magic potion that would put Snow White into deep sleep forever. Then she dipped a red shiny apple into the poisonous potion. One morning, the weak queen disguised herself as an old peasant woman. She came to cottage and called Snow White through the window. "Oh, pretty lady, let me in. I have something special for you," said her. "I'm sorry, old lady, I can't let you in. The 7 dwarfs have taught to stay away from strangers. Snow White replied, "I have a juicy and sweet apple, my dear. Do you want it?" she offered. Snow White took it, and just by one bite, she fell into the floor. The Wicked Queen then went back to her palace. She once again asked her mirror, and now she was the most beautiful one in the kingdom. She was so happy to hear it. To hear it. When the seven dwarfs come home to find Snow White lying on the floor, they were deeply upset and cried all night. Then they put a glass coffin for her and placed it in front of the cottage. One day, a charming prince who had passing the woods saw it. He was deceived by Snow White's beauty, and then kissed her. The true first kiss had broken the spell, and Snow White awake from the deep sleep. The seven dwarfs were very happy. At last, the prince married her and took her to his palace. Then they lived happily ever after. That's all from me. If there are the story ends. That's all from me. If there are more or less, I apologize. Sekian dari saya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.